Welcome to Seeing Past the Form of Error. In this session, we use visual models to train perception that is calm, accurate, and compassionate. Drawing on principles from A Course in Miracles, we will learn to look beyond appearances so that our responses are guided by clarity rather than fear. This diagram shows how a divided mind creates the illusion of form. Through a lens of lack, we project our inner fragmentation onto people and events. What we then call problems are really misperceptions. Our task is not to fight error as a solid reality, but to recognize it as a projection that can be overlooked. Here we compare two evaluators of reality. The ego analyzes, fragments, and fixates on form, on bodies, mistakes, and the past. The Holy Spirit accepts and unifies, looking past form to the living content of spirit. As we move through this material, we will practice shifting from ego analysis to Holy Spirit acceptance. The hierarchy of mind moves from distorted perception to sane perception, and finally to knowledge. Distorted perception is selective and judgmental. Sane perception overlooks error and recognizes the universal need for love. Knowledge, at the top, is stable certainty in truth. Our work is to stabilize perception so it can rise toward knowledge. True empathy does not join in suffering. It joins in strength. On the left, false empathy focuses on pain and reinforces weakness. On the right, true empathy acknowledges the form of suffering but looks past it to the unbroken spirit. This shift allows genuine healing, rather than shared helplessness, to emerge. The holy instant is the moment we step out of time. Normally, guilt from the past and anxiety about the future shape our judgments. In the holy instant, that frame is suspended. Freed from old stories and future fears, we experience a present in which communication is clear and decisions are guided by peace. Special relationships are the ego's attempt to turn love into a bargaining tool. They are driven by lack, fear, and guilt, and operate like a barter system, each partner trading roles and sacrifices. Guilt keeps the bond in place. Recognizing this dynamic is the first step toward transforming relationships into healthier forms. This slide contrasts two paradigms of connection. Special relationships rest on grievances and the demand for sacrifice, seeing the other mainly as a body. Holy relationships are based on wholeness and mutual release. Their goal is shared healing and honest communication, seeing beyond the body to the limitless spirit in each person. Uncovering the hidden spark involves three movements. First, we acknowledge the ugliness in a relationship without declaring it the final truth. Second, we actively look for the spark of goodness within it. Third, by focusing on that spark, the relationship is gradually transformed as fear-based forms give way to more truthful content. The metaphor of the two pictures illustrates form versus content. The ego builds a heavy frame around a tiny dark image of error, making it seem important. In contrast, content is like a lightly framed field of light that cannot be contained. Our task is to stop confusing the frame, the drama, with the real picture, which is light. Looking through the cloud of guilt means recognizing how guilt-based stories obscure others' true nature. The ego builds sentinels of darkness that hide a brother's innocence. By consciously looking past these clouds, we perceive the inner altar, an intact, radiant self. Nothing in reality can block this vision once we are willing to see it. This framework summarizes sane perception in 4 steps. Acknowledge the form of error without attack. Suspend judgment by entering the holy instant. Seek the deeper content through true empathy. And finally, experience the miracle, where the form of error dissolves and only clear communication and shared reality remain. We close with a commitment. Healing begins the moment we withdraw belief from sin and limitation in one another. By releasing each other from guilt, we create a space where mistakes are corrected rather than punished. In that shared willingness to free love from limits, a durable and practical peace naturally arises.